I am Rod Nathan with Fujitsu here locally in Texas, just over off of Telecom Parkway in the Telecom Corridor. If you could go to the next slide, we'll go through a quick introduction of Fujitsu and what we do here in the North Texas region. Specifically Fujitsu Network Communications, but Fujitsu Limited is of course a large ICT company, and the network business is a wholly owned subsidiary of Fujitsu Limited. We've been in North America for over 40 years, serving pretty much all of the largest telcos in the North American market, from Canada on through to Mexico. And we have 4 lines of business. One is the fiber optical transport business, which provides the backbone of the internet, a software business for network software, a services business, and most recently, some good success bringing 5G radio technology into North America from Japan. And here is just a few points about the company across different aspects of it, from our services, our R&D, and advanced technology solution centers for interoperability with customers. If you go to the next slide, what makes us different and unique is really how we embody the technology into network expertise that helps our customers with their digital transformation initiatives. So I mentioned the lines of business. What that boils down to is a hardware business that is really striving for open networks. So both O-RAN from the radio business, as well as open ROADM and open line systems. These are the technologies that provide the hardware onto which the network infrastructure is built. The second is network automation and orchestration. This is the software portfolio, which I'll introduce, which embodies a lot of this expertise in terms of the operations that the carriers have in their network. And then lastly, the services ability to integrate and co-create with customers, competitors, and third-party suppliers. And we embody this with that expertise to help our customers transform. Next slide. I did want to introduce just 2 areas which are very exciting in the technology realm. They happen to be the 2 of the 4 lines of business that I run. So I'm a little bit biased. The first is the software business. So this is the most advanced networking software portfolio, and it's really an ecosystem of software, starting, of course, with the latest software-defined networking technologies to control both proprietary networks as well as open networks. So you may know a small company called AT&T. Our technology is the open ROADM controller for that company, doing multi-vendor network control. We add intelligence to the network by using something we've branded called micro applications, which is a microservices architecture, but we have a framework around which we can apply AI and machine learning technologies to various use cases for the customer. And ultimately, what we're striving for is the automation of networks to help our customers with the cost of operationalizing these technologies. Next slide. And our current flagship of hardware technologies, this is the hardware that takes the bandwidth from your home or from your company, converts it into light waves, and then transports those light waves across the internet and across the networks of those large customers. It's what we call disaggregated. There's some intelligent separation of software and hardware. It also looks to embody some of the advances that have been made inside the data center in architectures for the WAN itself, for the wide area network. So what we're talking about here is technology that can transmit multiples of terabits over each and every fiber that are touching this equipment. And there's hundreds of fibers that touch the equipment. So it's massive amounts of bandwidth converted to light and then directed across the network. And I think that's the last slide. That gives a quick introduction to Fujitsu, who we are from the network point of view. I'm honored to be able to introduce us today, Paul, in your event. Thank you.
Thank you, Rod. We really appreciate your time and also appreciate the sponsorship that you and Fujitsu have given us today. We thank you again and look forward to other opportunities in the future. So let's begin our presentation from our exhibitors. They will be presented in alphabetical order. And let's begin with the first presentation is Jen Doyle of Appian. So please welcome Jen Doyle.
Wonderful. Thank you, Paul. I get to go first after Fujitsu and Rod, so appreciate it. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jen Doyle. I am the Area Vice President in the central area for Appian. I'm located here in Frisco. I'm on LinkedIn, Jennifer Doyle, so connect with me. I look forward to networking with all of you. So Appian is a rapid application development platform. So what does that really mean? We're a platform that helps you build enterprise applications and workflows very quickly, leveraging low-code capabilities. For those that aren't familiar with low-code means that you build your applications leveraging a drag and drop interface, literally building an app much like you are when you draw a process diagram. What's great about that visual building is it's good for connecting your IT and your line of business leaders because they're visually looking at how that application looks as a process. In addition, Appian provides an easy-to-use data integration layer. So when you bring these two capabilities together, you can integrate data from multiple sources, deliver the right information to your knowledge workers in the context of their role so that they can take the appropriate action, thus accelerating your workflows and enabling your employees to be much more effective. Appian is recognized as a leader across multiple different areas. We've already talked about low code, also business process management, case management, and digital process automation. But really all these technical terms just mean that our partners and our customers are able to deliver world-class applications, mission-critical world-class applications like intelligent underwriting, agent portals for connecting with some of your third-party users, institutional onboarding. When it comes to delivering innovation and process improvement, the opportunities are endless. I'm sure you can look at your organization today and think, there's got to be a better way to do this. Why am I doing things in email? Why am I using spreadsheets? And that's where Appian can help. So if there's any questions or any interest, I look forward to meeting with you all this afternoon. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you, Jen. That's Jen Doyle from Appian. We appreciate your time. Look forward to talking with you later. So let's move on to our next presentation. Please welcome our next exhibitor and a new Tech Titans member. That looked at the wrong thing. They are a Tech Titans member. Please welcome Catherine DeQuique, the Assurance Director of BDO.
Thank you, Paul. Hello, everyone. I'm Catherine DeQuique, Assurance Director with BDO. I have been with BDO for the past 12 years and with Big Four firms prior to that. My industry focus are technology, manufacturing, and healthcare. I have experience on auditing various types of technology companies, big and small, private and public, startup, PE-backed, and going through IPOs. First slide, please. So in September 2020, BDO and Rabine Research Company, an independent marketing research firm, conducted a survey of 600 middle market CFOs in the US. Respondents weighed in on their financial outlook for the coming year, opportunities for growth, changing workforce dynamics, and new perspectives on risk. Targeted organizations were between 250 million to 3 billion in annual revenue across 6 key industries. CFO surveys were evenly split between public and private and included both US and global organizations. So CFOs' optimism increased from last year to 66% thriving and only 14% struggling. CFOs also forecast an increase in revenue and profitability and economic recovery. From helping to develop your growth or transformation strategy, to finding the right partners or investors, to optimizing value, to conducting due diligence and structuring a new entity, BDO can help support transactions from planning to integration and beyond. Second slide, please. There has been a shift in top trade concerns. While national security remains in the top 6, the trade and tariffs policies that affect the bottom line has moved up to #1 concern this year. Remaining a strong number 3 concern is the supply chain disruptions, and optimizing the supply chain is one of the top priorities. Almost 50% are conducting a complete profile of potential risks, investing in technology for end-to-end visibility, and building more flexibility in sourcing and suppliers. So in addition to being an assurance and tax professionals, BDO has a plethora of advisory services that can help optimize your supply chain and global footprints from end to end. Third slide, please. So as the industry contends with new challenges of managing at least partially remote workplace, there are wide sweeping impacts on recruiting, training, compensation and benefits, and culture. So optimizing work in the coming years will mean more than enablement and efficiency. It will require increased focus on inclusion, changes in compensation and benefits planning, and new approaches to recruiting, less focus on location and more focus on contribution. So BDO can help you develop a comprehensive talent and compensation and benefit strategy that meets the needs of the new environment. So for any needs on audit, tax, and advisory, feel free to connect me on LinkedIn and also contact BDO USA LLP. Thank you.
Thank you. That is Catherine DeQuiqui with BDO. Moving down to our next presenter, please welcome Keith Landau with the Computers for the Blind. Keith?
Thank you, Paul. And Catherine, I think we join you as maybe some of the newest members of the Tech Titans here. We've joined just 2 weeks ago. I have recently retired, and I spent almost 40 years in telecommunications here in the North Texas area. And I've committed kind of my retirement to be able to give back more to our community. So Computers of the Blind is one of the ways I do that. Computers of the Blind is a 25-year-old organization. It may be, in fact, the lowest tech company that is exhibiting here today, in that our mission is really to bring computing and the power of the internet to blind and visually impaired individuals across North America. If you go to the next chart, Paul. Very simply is we get donations of computers as corporations and individuals refresh their computing platforms, and we refurbish them. Our volunteers basically wipe hard drives clean if they come with that. They get a standard set of memory in. They make sure the diagnostics are run. They put MS Windows on and get the computers ready to be serviced and sent to our visually impaired and blind people around the country. That's perfect. It's always somebody mowing the lawn or my dog's barking or a phone call. If you go to the next chart, please. Our biggest donors to date are Texas Instruments and General Motors, and they have made it possible for us to really reach a significant number of customers in North America. Our software provider is Vispero, who's the world leader of assistant technology software. And they basically offer 2 main programs, Zoom Text, which basically is a magnifying program, and then JAWS, which is really a screen reader that allows the visually impaired to navigate web pages and the internet with their computer. If you go to the last page, Paul, at a very high level, how can you help? Well, first, if you know of somebody that's in need of computing equipment, training, or support that is visually impaired or blind, please send them our way. Second, we're fueled by donations. And so if your corporation is refreshing computers and wants to do something good, we're all trying to give back these days to our community and those who are in need. The blind and visually impaired are very underemployed and unemployed in North America. And we also take volunteers in our Richardson Center to help refurbish computers. So excited to be part of Tech Titans and an exhibitor here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Keith. That is Keith Landau with Computers for the Blind. Thank you for your presentation. We'll keep moving along here and go to our next one, which is from Dallas Baptist University. Please welcome Anusha Kumar and Maria Camila Ramos Acuna.
Thank you, Paul. Hello, everyone. My name is Camila Ramos. I'm the Student Experience Manager at Dallas Baptist University for the Master of Science in Information Technology and Management. So the Master of Science in Information Technology and Management program is a flexible 36-hour STEM degree designed to prepare students to be successful servant leaders in a market driven by data and insights. In this master's program, the students explore how the interaction between management, technology, and leadership provide strong solutions. At DBU, we have the visions that says, building a great Christian university that is pleasing to God by producing Christ-centered servant leaders who are transforming the world. At the MSITM program, we have the vision that Christian Center of Excellence in IT Management, preparing students to be Christ-centered disruptors. Now I'll pass it to my colleague, Anushka Kumar.
Hello, can we move to the next slide? Well, my name is Anushka Kumar and I work as a data ninja for the MSITM department at DBU. MSITM's motto is Disrupt the Disruptors. We prepare students for the next wave, trend, or tectonic shift. We equip students with future-proof skills to take advantage of new opportunities created by disruptive technologies, and we thrive in an uncertain future. So when I say that, I say it from my experience. I came to Dallas last year, and there have been some great things happening with MSITM. The core features which we focus on is servant leadership, experiential learning, and future-proofing students. With future-proofing students, we introduce disruptive technologies in our department, not just blockchain, AI, IoT, but as well as customer experience and quantum information science is another two fields which we added this year, and it's going to roll out in fall 2021 as the new concentration. And because of these three core features, we were commended in the North American Customer Centricity Awards as best experience, customer experience strategy, customer experience professionals, and best customer-centric culture in the whole North America. So if there are any further questions, you can reach out to my program director, that's Sharon Gorkapudi, or Camila Ramos, or me. We will be happy to assist you, and don't follow MSITM at DBO hashtag on Instagram and LinkedIn. Thank you so much. That's my time.
Thank you very much. That is Camila Ramos Acuna and Anusha Kumar from Dallas Baptist University. Moving on to our next presenter, please welcome from Evoke DSC, Brian Fleming, the Business Market Manager for DSC and Evoke.
It's actually Walt Elliott, Paul. Can you guys hear me clear?
Oh, hi, Walt. Go ahead, yes.
It's all good, man. I'm just excited to be here. I'll start kind of different than everyone else. I was talking to my wife this morning and she's like, man, are you nervous? And I told her, I'm like, babes, in your wildest dreams, had you ever thought that I would like present our company at Tech Titans? And she happily let me down and said, with that being said, babe, Tech Titans or Evoke is never in my wildest dreams. But very excited to be here. A little bit about Evoke. We are brand new to Tech Titans. Looking forward to get to know all of you as we get more involved in the organization. A little bit about Evoke. We are in our third year of business. We've been growing like crazy, and we have a lot more growth plans in 2021 and moving on in the future. As Rod said earlier, you know, there's a small company called AT&T that we acquired the entire book of co-location business from them. So we've actually taken that and hit the ground running. We're very easy to work with because of our flexibility. We have simple procedures, which makes it very easy to do business with us. And we're really taking the approach to not only serve our customers locally, but globally as well, as we have over 30 locations around the world in 11 countries. We're backed by Brookfield Infrastructure Partners. And what does that mean to our customers? So we actually have a 20-year financial roadmap ahead of us, which means that your data, which is the most critical part of your organization, is safe for a long time. If you want to go ahead and move to the second slide. Kind couldn't be more excited about what has just happened. Just last week, Evoke released the Evoke Connectivity Suite. Couldn't be better timing for us as we get past the pandemic and move into 2021. With that being said, we do have a short video prepared, Paul, that you could play by our marketing leader, Aaron Carpenter. Or hopefully you have a video queued up for me.
Hey everyone, this is Aaron Carpenter from Evoke Data Center Solutions, and I'm thrilled to announce the launch of the Evoke Connectivity Suite. At Evoke, our goal is to help you create, implement, and expand your digital transformation strategy. The Evoke Connectivity Suite blends its domestic data center footprint with more than 200 on-net third-party locations into one advanced, seamless network, enabling you to transform your business strategy. Evoke's Connectivity Suite is built on a 100 gig North American backbone, also providing 10 gig rings for consistent connectivity across 14 data centers in the US. The entire network is monitored and managed 24/7, 365 via a full service NOC. With the Evoke Connectivity Suite, Evoke is giving you the tools to build a next generation infrastructure. If you're wondering whether the Evoke Connectivity Suite might be a fit for one of your upcoming projects, go ahead and click a link in the description and we'll connect you with one of our solutions consultants.
Thank you, Paul. Can you hop over to the last slide for me?
Got about 30 seconds.
Enough. It's plenty. The last slide. So keeping that in mind, like I said, we're very excited about this connectivity suite. Along with me is my crew, James Hartley, Brandon Aravet, Brian Fleming, and Alice Stern. We'll be around in the breakout sessions. And if anybody wants to talk about this or get some more details, lunch is on us. We'll drop our calendar links in the comments.
Thank you, Walt. That's Walt Elliott with Evoke Data Centers. Appreciate the presentation and look forward to visiting with you more in the breakouts with all the other exhibitors.
Thanks, P.
Thank you. Let's keep moving now to our next presentation, which is from HumCap. Please welcome Heather Guanera, who is the Vice President of HR Consulting, and Charlie Quinn, who is the Vice President of Recruiting Solutions. HumCap, take it away.
Sure. Thanks for having us today. I will start out. Again, I'm Heather Guanera. I'm our Vice President of HR Consulting. I'll start here for a few and then let Charlie jump in if you want to click to the next slide. So just a little bit about who we are. We provide HR consulting, recruiting, and staffing solutions. One of the things that we are most proud about is we are a certified veteran-owned organization. We were founded in 2001 and we are based in Dallas, Texas. You can see we've included some of the awards that our organization has won, and we are very proud of that, especially our certified veteran-owned certification. Next slide. I'm going to let Charlie, who is our VP of recruiting, talk a little bit about the services for his team, and then I'll jump back in.
Yeah, thanks, Heather. And one of the logos on the previous slide that was missing was a Tech Titans logo. I think we've been members of Tech Titans since it was MTBC, and even I think when it was a Star Tech deal. So we've been part of Tech Titans for a long, long time. And our boss, Ted McIntosh, is also on the Tech Titans board. So, so we're known primarily for recruiting. I'll go quick and let Heather talk most about her business unit, but obviously we do contract and contract to hire for tech and tech-enabled companies. We have three kind of areas of expertises or practice areas. One is software, SaaS, so companies that have a product in and around software, that'd be a client set of ours. We also do engineering recruiting, and that would be any client or company that has a device and firmware or mechanical engineering, that kind of stuff, and or kind of manufacturing around those devices. And third, we've relaunched our telco practice about 12 months ago, looking at the need for kind of brand new tech talent in that market. everything around 5G, IoT, cloud, et cetera. So that's recruiting. But I'll let Heather talk more about our HR business, which I think most folks aren't as familiar with in this forum.
Super. If you'll click to the next slide, I'll take back over. So our HR consulting services, we're a very comprehensive consulting group. Our goal is really to be able to provide one-on-one advising, and we have clients in all different industries that have one employee as they're getting off the ground as a startup, all the way up to international companies that have thousands of employees, some across the globe. We do provide consulting services in all 50 states, so we can help, especially maybe companies that are headquartered and have remote employees. I know it's been hard. You'll see that third bullet is to stay in the loop. 2020 has made it a challenging roller coaster ride for employers of all different sizes to stay in the loop on regulations and changes and accommodations for employees. And those are, I would say, things that we're working with employees and employers on a regular basis. We also help with technology, making sure we help you streamline things, and also with the kind of agile side of HR for organization and development. Charlie and I will both be in the breakout room. We invite you to come ask questions. If I can answer a burning HR problem for you in that room and make your week a little easier, we're happy to do so. So we're hoping to see you in just a little bit in our HumCat breakout room. Thank you.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Charlie. That's Heather Krabarna and Charlie Quinn from HumCap. And yes, they have been members for a long time. Moving to our next one, please welcome Tyler Rittenhouse, the Regional Sales Manager from New Line Interactive.
Thank you, Paul, and hello to everyone. Something we always say in our company, and I want to bring it in here, is damn glad to be here as part of the Tech Titan community, and very much looking forward to networking with everyone in the breakout sessions. But the 3-minute teaser on New Line, if you would go to the next slide, is we are an interactive solutions manufacturer, which means a handful of things nowadays. We started manufacturing the giant, large format touchscreen TVs, if you will, which one of the things you see behind me with built-in cameras, microphones, sort of designed for the world we live in now, remote telemedicine, telehealth, working from the home office. And then we've slowly started shrinking that product size down from a 98-inch down to a 27-inch all-in-one desktop collaboration device that I'm actually using right now with cameras and microphones. And then all sorts of conference rooms, meeting rooms, and classroom needs in between. So all of that ties into these first few bullet points. As a manufacturer, we feel like we've got to make the tool as simple as possible or no one's going to use it. So that's something that's been present in all of our products from the get-go. And I've been one of the guys that first started with New Line way back in the day and have got to see a lot of the growth, partially with the help of Tech Titans. And tying that into our non-proprietary nature as a company, the stuff works with everything. You can integrate all of our technology with the current existing conference room needs or the way to the new classroom of the future, if you will. Our stuff kind of fits all those needs. And then when you have support and training on easy products, it kind of goes hand in hand. So these sort of are in all of our products, if you will. Next slide. As far as the company goes, this is sort of key for us as a manufacturer. We actually own the factory. So when it comes to getting these all different sorts of hardware and software put together, that's kind of on us. So if you like the product, great. If you don't like the product, then that's on us as well. We can't point the blame anywhere. As opposed to a lot of guys who OEM other people's products. That helps on the logistical side as well. We actually own local warehouses to the DFW Metroplex, as well as on the left coast and right coast. And then the tech support that we offer is phenomenal. We get unsolicited emails to our executives fairly regularly saying, this sounds kind of weird, but we went through your tech support process and it was somewhat enjoyable, which is not what you hear when it comes to tech support. So that backs up to our first slide of when you make stuff that's easy to use and works with everything, it kind of plays into the business model quite well. And then inventory. We always have inventory. We're kind of boring in that standpoint, but again, it ties into this first top left part where in the factory, you can sort of control a lot of the stuff that goes into your product. And that helps in the long run, especially in the craziness that is now. And then wrapping up on the last slide here, this is the product set. On the left-hand side, you'll see the touchscreen TVs, if you will, from a 55-inch up to an 86, 98-inch. The middle guy is what I'm on right now, or 27-inch flex with cameras and microphones designed for home office or conference room use. And then the accessories from wireless casting software, whiteboarding software, mobile carts, onboard computers, kind of the works for your typical classroom, conference room, boardroom environment. So more to come in the huddle sessions. And Paul, that is it for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's Tyler Rittenhouse, Regional Sales Manager for Newline Interactive. Our next presentation comes from Orcatech. Please welcome the CIO and President of Orcatech, Monty Miller. Well, Monty, are you there?
Apologize, I'm sitting here talking and I muted my mic.
No
so
worries.
yeah, hello everyone. I'm the CIO and President of Orcatech, and Chris Simons, our CTO, is actually on the call as well. We're a member of Tech Titans and we're based in Richardson, Texas. Our company exists to provide business freedom in a simple, secure, scalable manner for our clients. And our company exists to provide that business freedom in a simple, secure, and scalable manner for our clients. So let me show you how we accomplish that for our customers. So go to the next slide. I'd like to introduce the flagship product, the Maestro, which solves the technical challenges faced by business owners. Just like a maestro in an orchestra conducts the musicians, our Maestro conducts the various business applications harmoniously together via an all-in-one solution. This allows the data and the information to flow seamlessly across the entire business, providing a snapshot of the current business health at a glance. And this allows the business owner to improve their performance, productivity, and profitability. So we've developed the Maestro with the ability to continuously monitor the many day-to-day activities within a business, and then identify potential areas of improvement, and then provide actionable alerts and notifications to that business owner. This unique ability will now empower the owner with more freedom to focus on their business goals and their achievements. Next slide. Now, what are the benefits of this orchestration? By combining all the local applications like your point of sales, your surveillance cameras, your digital signage, your IoT devices, and then combine that with your traditional back office cloud applications like ERP or CRM and HR, you can now achieve a true end-to-end view of everything that's going on in your business, providing those insights that will drive profitability. The magic of the Maestro resides in the Intelligence Hub. And this is especially important for those business owners who have multiple locations so that they can control and manage their costs while driving their revenue. Next slide. So how do we do this for our customers? We employ a continuous business improvement model to effectively track and monitor the business metrics by providing business orchestration, business insights, performance analysis, and identifying those areas of improvement, eliminating inefficiencies, and obtain that profitability improvement. So when we look at what our customers require, we have identified that there's essentially two main needs. They need help with managing their on-premise components, and then they need help with the typical back office applications. So our research has found that while you may have business solutions that address one or the other of these two areas, there's not a solution that brings them both together in a single solution. This is what differentiates us from the competition, because we provide a true end-to-end solution, and why Orcatech is unique because of the Maestro's ability to support both of these areas that are important to customers and why customers are choosing our solutions. So with that, we thank you for your time, and we look forward to a demo with the Maestro in the breakout room and then answering any questions you may have.
Thank you, Monty. That's Monty Miller with Orcatech. Moving on to our next presentation, please welcome Bill Cockrell, who is the Director of Business Development for Revive. Bill?
Thank you, Paul. You can see my contact information there. He told you who I am and our company. So what we have is a software platform. It's a process intelligence platform. So if you're familiar with RPA, process automation, we would be one step in upstream of that. So in process automation, you're just taking any business process and automating it. So for instance, an order is placed, that generates a work order, generates a pick list, generates an invoice, generates a shipping order, et cetera. But any sort of business process, compliance, supply chain logistics, et cetera, we're actually going to come into the flow one step above that, where what we're doing is we're going to look at the software, we'll look at the data, at the customer's data, and automatically discover and then map out a process. And from there, there's all manner of process analytics that our platform can perform. But it's really about more than process. It's about enabling transformation. So Mallory, if we jump to the next slide here. McKinsey found in a survey that 70% of transformations, business transformations, digital transformations, fail to hit their objectives. And a big cause of that failure rate is because they take a data-centric approach as opposed to a process-centric approach. And so as a result, process is either largely ignored or not really addressed. And so when you take a process-centric approach, process analytics brings data analytics with it. When you're doing a data-centric approach, you might send a team off for about 6 to 8 weeks to go figure out the processes, go figure out how things work together and go analyze it. That 6 to 8 weeks, we're going to knock down to about a half a week just automatically through our application of discovering, mapping, and then analyzing. Mallory, jump to the next slide. And so customers are now looking to drive this market to highly complex processes. So hundreds of steps, multiple decision points per step across vast data lakes, large numbers of variables. On the very first slide, we mentioned multidimensional processing, which is mentioned again at the bottom. That's sort of the power of our application. If you look at sort of the picture there, you've got the node. Each of those is a data record, and any out of the data record it has a relationship with, it can now directly process too. So it becomes more of more than a peer-to-peer. It becomes a many-to-many, and the legacy players are kind of outside their ceiling now with these highly complex processes. We were designed for them. Next slide there, Mallory. And so this kind of, so really what you're doing is we can take this to compliance. If you look at the bottom line there, compliance, supply chain logistics, any sort of business process. So heavily regulated industries like insurance, finance, healthcare, you start thinking about compliance, we'll have identified the maps and the optimal paths. And when you start seeing deviations from those paths, now you know that you may be facing fraud or other things. Supply chain logistics, other process. We can tell you what's the optimal path to shortest time, lowest cost, highest margins, et cetera, or multiples of those metrics. So that's kind of it. And happy to talk to anybody further in the breakouts later. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Bill. Bill Cockrell with Revive. Our final exhibitor presentation today comes from SMU and its Continuing and Professional Education, or CAPE program. Please welcome the Senior Admissions and Advising Specialist, Caroline Staton. Caroline.
Thank you so much, Paul. Good morning, everyone. As Paul said, I am the Senior Admissions and Advising Specialist at SMU CAPE. We do offer a host of different certificate programs. We bring in industry leaders to come and be our instructors for us. So they're in these topics during the day and they come instruct for us and work on our curriculum for the evenings. You'd go to the next slide, please. So the first program I want to talk to you all about is our Data Visualization and Communication Certificate. This was developed and is taught by Randy Crum and Steve Lee. And our next offering is going to start March the 4th. Our students learn how to create and pair visual representations like charts and diagrams, infographics, and dashboards with different storytelling techniques. And so that will then support the students' organization with the tools and skills to improve their data insights. And so students will learn this through really hands-on exercises and projects using multiple tools. So students meet for an hour and a half each week in class, really getting to interact with the instructors, and then 3.5 hours self-paced on their own. And in addition to this certificate program, these two instructors are also offering a short workshop this Thursday evening. It is $39, and it's on how to give compelling presentations on Zoom. So it's Thursday, February 4th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. We do have a discount code for Tech Titans. And so it's on the screen below, the Tech Titans in all caps 10. That will be good for our certificate programs as well as this short course. So in the course, you'll learn how to communicate effectively online in order to ensure your audience is engaged and alert. And it'll give you a little sneak peek at our Data Viz certificate as well. We would hop to the next slide. And our newest certificate is actually Esports Business Management. We're super excited. We're working with SMU Cox School of Business as well as the Simmons School of Education to bring in the business side as well as the sports management side to offer this certificate program that will begin on March the 15th for about 6 months. And it will allow you to have a comprehensive understanding of the esports industry, and you'll learn the different nuances of the revenue streams, sponsorships, and fan engagement. So that'll be on Wednesday evenings from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m., as well as the 3 hours outside of class working on that as well. And that discount code is good for this program. And if you would go to the next slide. And so this is going to be the host of the certificate programs that we do offer on all of these different topics. So we have cybersecurity, we have a new one in fintech, a full stack web development for different coding opportunities, user experience design, which is super popular and super just really booming right now in the industry. And we have a new one for Spanish for legal professionals as well. Again, that discount code is going to be Tech Titans, all caps, number 10. If you have any questions, my phone number and email are at the bottom of the screen. And I look forward to speaking with all of you in the breakout room.
Thank you, Caroline. We appreciate the time. And in fact, we appreciate all of our presenters today. Caroline Staton from SMU. Our other presenters, just as a quick roundup. And again, each one of these will be having their own their breakouts. Appian, BDO, the Computers for the Blind, Dallas Baptist University, Evoke, Data Center Systems, HumCap, Newline Interactive, Orchitect, Revive, and SMU. So thank you very much for that. Just remember that they have a lot more information to share with you after our feature presentation. So you can wave or clap, but thank you all very much. We want to welcome everybody back and look forward to the next part of it. So our next presentation will be coming up in just a few moments. Want to make some time here to make a few quick announcements about Tech Titans. Bring Randy Crum. Randy, are you there? Come on in. Randy is one of the members of the Analytics and Insights Forum, and actually is responsible for bringing our presentation today. One of the things Randy and I talked about yesterday about taking just a minute or two here to welcome everybody on behalf of Tech Titans. And if you're not a member of Tech Titans, consider joining the 300 plus members who are part of our organization. You see on the screen, you can log on to techtitans.org for more information about our upcoming events, from everything from our innovation team activities to our forum schedule and program, STEM initiative, to our awards gala. Tech Titan members are truly changing the way the tech community works and lives every day in North Texas. Also want to introduce Barbara Tunstall. Barbara is our member services representative who can help you get involved and engaged and join. Her number is there on the screen. And her email is at barbara@techtitans.org. So if you want to get involved with us and join some of the activities, give Barbara a call. She can get your membership in place. And to all those new members that are out there, thank you very much. So Randy, are you there?
I'm here.
So we're getting ready to start here in a few moments about our presentation with Ed Kelly and Lila Alkuresh. You want to talk a little bit, if you would, about how the program came about and how the Analytics Forum brought them, maybe a minute or two, just to kind of give everybody how we got this set up.
Yeah, this has actually been building for a long time, probably about a year now. Because I've done a couple presentations down in Austin. The state of Texas does a lot of data related events of their own. And I really wanted to try and bring Ed, the chief data officer for the state of Texas, up to our group and really talk about, how they manage handling the sharing of data and how people work with public sector organizations in trading data, whether it's sharing data back and forth or using APIs, or how they use data and build businesses around that.
Sounds like a great opportunity. We're looking forward to it. Yeah, it takes most of the forums, anywhere from 60 to 90 days. In some cases, in this, as you just mentioned, maybe longer to bring these programs together. So we're excited to have him and Lila here speak in a moment. Want to take this opportunity to also let you know that the title sponsor of the Analytics and Insights Forum is 7T. You may know the company a bit better by their previous name, 7 Tablets. We've got with us today to talk a little bit about 7T and to welcome us on behalf of the forum. Please welcome the 7T president, Shane Long. Shane?
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Good to see you. Hello, everyone.
Good to see you.
Excellent. Again, thanks for the introduction. Again, I am Shane Long. I'm the president, COO, and one of the co-founders of 7T. As Paul said, we've known 7 Tablets for about 7 years. I rebranded during a pandemic in December. Call me crazy, but it's worked out well for us to basically better align with our purpose and direction as the company. We're excited to be one of this year's sponsors for Tech Titans Virtual Expo, Analytics Insight. We've been involved with the group for now about 6 years. We've been sponsoring Analytics Insights for 3 years. High value group, and we're proud to be part of it. Just briefly, I won't take much of your time, but what is 7T? 7T, we're a business accelerator, and our whole job is we do digital transformation and consulting for companies. We specialize in custom software, mobile app development, and cloud services. Our solutions power some high growth startups. We've launched over 24 startups in North Texas alone in the last 4 years. And we also help equip the Fortune 500s, companies like Lockton, SiriusXM, PepsiCo, and Bell Helicopter here locally, with the tools to streamline operations and achieve some real scalability. People ask a lot, what is 7T success rate? How are we doing it? This year we were one of SU's top 100 growth companies. We've grown over 450% in the last 3 years. And really, we think it's really simple. It's a business first approach. We partner with clients to challenge assumptions and deliver high ROI. For ROI, we look for 5 to 10x ROI, and every dollar spent with 7T, our goal is to return at least 10x that in ROI. Our innovative local team, we've launched over 100 successful projects, and the goal is to become ingrained in our clients' culture and what they're trying to accomplish. So again, thanks for having us today. We appreciate it and look forward to a great forum. Thanks again, Paul.
Thank you, Shane. Appreciate that very much. And we also appreciate 7T's sponsorship of the Analytics and Insights Forum.